Apple at the lows of the day session here. Apple AAPL dropping back down. Let me get some of the news up here. Make sure we're up to snuff here. All right, we just crossed over 830. We just had U.S. import prices index out month over month. Actual came in 0.4% versus the
You are listening to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free with no credit card. You can try out all of our services for 10 days at dtr.tv/free. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
A couple quad rotation as the market has been just kind of grinding lower. You can see the look at the stochastics here. They've kind of coiled up here, pretty bad. Pretty interesting coil here. We're right back at the VWAP. And we have a nice little divergence here. And we have a quad rotation. So out of this nice little pullback, looks like we have a potential bounce area right now. Right here. Zingo here, SPRY. Let's take a look at the SPRY. Yeah, I noticed a couple days for yesterday there was a few stocks that didn't show up on the list. I was wondering myself, they should have made the list. This is over $8. I do believe we did mention it earlier. It was a pennant formation. It's just kind of, I think $7 is the limit there before they show up on the if they get taken off the list. Price is under $8, so yeah, if it's over $8, it's not going to be on the list. If it breaks back under $8, you should see it pop back on the list here. Let's see if that happens. Just curious. All right, so it's $8 right now. Let's see if it pops up. SPRY. If it breaks under 8. Maybe it never comes back under 8. I'm just curious to see if that does work. Come on, drop under 8. Let's see what happens. SPRY. It's holding above that 20 period moving average on a good trend there, so it actually looks pretty strong. 814, it's holding here pretty good. Our CMND here, we'll go back on this. SPRY, we'll come back to that one in a second. UNH here back over 490. Nice double bottom divergence on a kind of a small little coil, and a decent move through the 50.
You are listening to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free with no credit card. You can try out all of our services for 10 days at dtr.tv/free. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
All right. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Nice. Let's get the Linda Laccarino. Where's she come from? Neoliberal. Wokist. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be true or not. All right, let's take a look here. We got Disney here, 92.81. KNW here. We're waiting on a Friday here. It's 8:41. Paul should be getting on here any second. We'll be.
You are listening to Day Trading Radio.
Let's see here.
Sign up completely for free with no credit card. You can try out all of our services for 10 days at dtr.tv/free.
We are in some of these.
Thanks for listening
just
and
kind of
have a great
recap.
day.
Last night got into a little. Where is it? Oh, get her done. GETR, here it is. There it is. Not much going on with it. Might even take it off. Markets are up 13 right now. A decent bounce. Double bottom, divergence, coil, VWAP. Makes sense to see that nice little rotation back up. We're back up to the 200 period moving average. Got PRCH here. That's another one. A couple cheap ones. Clearmine here getting that little pop. That's been a runner. A few, not really. A little runner today. I think it's a probably a psychedelic.
Tradometer NQ overbought.
Oh, there was a few new divergences I wanted to look at. I saw these showing up last night. There was actually quite a few of interesting ones. Mosaic was one. Let's just take a look here fast on this list. 3M, RHI,
You're listening
Robert
to
Half,
Day Trading Radio. Sign up
Occidental
completely for
Petroleum,
free with no credit card. You
and
can
then we
try
have,
out
these
all
are
of
not
our
looking
services
that
for
great.
10
Catalent,
days at
5 to 7 day pullback on
dtr.tv/free.
Catalent.
Thanks for listening and have a great day.
Oh, there's SPRY. Again, see it came under $8. SPRY. So we're waiting for that one to wonder why it wasn't showing up. Well, it just dipped under 8 and now it's back over the thing. So anything, up to $8. We still look at the other ones if they come up here. This is someone put in a video out. This is who the CEO, potential CEO for Twitter is. I love this. I love this.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America. Made in America.
Let me start off with 2.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America.
All right, see what this guy. What is someone posted this? What is this? You will see me choose to protect myself in my something. Ad council challenge for states comfortably with COVID. Know the facts. Ad council is working in for America while we must embrace the FDA-approved COVID vaccine and how to go about it. We're almost there. Let's cross the finish line. Lisa. That's her. Uh-oh. Oh, please.
Tradometer NQ over bot.
I don't know. Don't know much about it. I don't know if it's real. So what is today? We have 2 more, almost 3 weeks left in the month before June 1st. That's the deadline. So we have like 2.5 weeks of this BS overhanging us with the debt ceiling negotiations and how each side is going to try to make the other
You are
side
listening to Day
look
Trading
bad.
Radio. Sign up completely for free with
The
no
meeting
credit
that was
card.
supposed to be
You can
today
try
has
out all
been
of our services for 10 days
delayed,
at
postponed until early next week. They don't have an
dtrr.tv/free.
exact
Thanks for
time or
listening
place,
and
but
have a great day.
they felt there was nothing good enough on the table to waste their time discussing. So they're waiting to get something together. So next week we'll start to worry about that again. Huh. It's messed up here. All right, so Paul's ready. Thanks, Paul. I've been trying to get some things done here. Paul's ready to jump on here. I'll be on the other side in DTR2. Good luck, everyone. I'm going to be busy today, so keep an eye on both streams and make some money today. All right, so have a good one. I'll be on the other side. Take over whenever you're ready, Paul. PRCH here and pop it a little.
You are listening to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free with no credit card. You can try out all of our services for 10 days at dtr.tv/free. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
Morning. Sorry, guys. I'm not logged into the main chat as RPM. I'm in there as some weird when I rebooted my internet, it automatically connected and grabbed a new username. All right, there we go. I'm in there now. Good morning. Sorry I'm a little late. Oh, man. I got to reboot Medvid Trader. Stand by. New updates coming through. Hey, Orlando. Bob. Hey, Guru. Guru, are you the one that emailed me? It had to be you, right? About the that issue I had with that script. It was simple. I emailed you back. I want to thank you for trying to help. If that was you. Hey, Amello. John C. All right, give me a second here. Everything's fine. Your screen's not blank. I just don't have my charts here. Hey, Diego. I'm doing all right. How about yourself? Hope you have a good day too, man. It's good to see you. Come on, Medvid Trader. Just crossing 9 o'clock here about a minute ago.
COVID vaccine authorization for adolescents in Singapore. That's temperature, alpha X-ray.
Diego, you said we can't stop the fun with 100+% inflation rate. Where are you at? Because there's a lot of countries right now that are in the 50s, 60s, 70%. If you look at the Bitcoin chart against, if you look at Bitcoin chart against, what is it, Argentine peso?
You are
it's
listening
nuts.
to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free with no credit card. You can try out all of our services for 10 days at dtr.tv
Speaking of Bitcoin,
free. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
it's just got no bids, and it's just dropping. You know what? I see another parallel. Let's see. You know me and my damn lines. There's one right there. We'll go with that. Still, though, I'm thinking somewhere down here around 25 would be nice.
Before you TikTok, you test exclusive deals with music artists. That's
I like this area though. 26.3, I think, is what I was talking about from my other chart that I don't want to mess with in the other room. You crypto people out there, you hear about the Richard Hart announcing his release of the Pulse chain this week. If you've got a stake in that, I'd advise giving it a week or two before it'll probably top out. I'm guessing within 3 weeks to a month, and then pull back about 80 or 90%. You'll have your chance. And if you're not in it, don't FOMO. Not financial advice. Steve says, is Savannah G turning MAGA? She ripped Mayorkas over the border thing this morning. You know what, Steve? I'm perplexed by that whole. I don't really understand that whole border thing.
still have trip.com.
It causes so much divisiveness when people talk about it, because I'm so, I don't know. I'm torn about the whole thing because I don't want to get into it. RPM's New Year's resolution for this year was to try to keep his foot and leg out of his mouth. I understand, what I feel, I'll just say this. I feel sorry for all these otherwise innocent people who want a better life. I feel sorry for them that they being told that, everything's open now, head to the border, you can become American here soon, and they're being taken advantage of by the coyotes, and there's really no clear policy by the United States. And there's obviously political angles to this, and we're basically playing these political games, trying to, and we're using these people and their emotions and their need for a better life or desire for a better life, and we're using that, for political reasons. I think it's sad. Both sides are doing it. I think about how many people hop the border, come to work for a couple of weeks, and then go back and visit their family and take money home to their family, once a month or something like that. They've always done that. Generally speaking, we need more hardworking people here.
You are listening to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free.
Unfortunately,
with no
when
credit
I
card.
open this,
you can try out all of our services for 10 days
it opens
at
up for criminals and
DTR.TV/free. Thanks
people
for
that want to
listening
do us
and have
harm
a
and
great
stuff.
day.
It's very tricky situation. How many of you saw the Trump thing on CNN? And Caddick says that when they raise the minimum wage to $300 an hour, think about it. That's about it. Hey, is it really $300 an hour? Damn, I made $30,000 last week. Would have offset my $107,000 in losses on crypto. Hang on just a minute here. I had a couple of emails I want to make sure I get to here. I got people that have been waiting since about 2 o'clock this morning. I am dragging today. I was dragging on Friday. And I don't mean dragging in a new way. About 3 o'clock this morning, I took 25 milligrams of melatonin so I could get a couple hours of sleep. I overslept. We do have a couple of trials that came over. One from India last night, and another one around 8 o'clock this morning. You guys have been approved. Look for an email from us or just come in to the site. Use your username and password that you chose. Say hello in the chat room. Top right-hand corner of the chat. Top right-hand corner of the dashboard is your chat room. It says up there, DTR live chat. Love to hear from you. Nothing else, just to let us know that you made it into the platform. Last night I spent some time trying to backwards engineer the tick strike because it's been going out on us. Not trying to take anything away from them and their idea. Almar is awesome. He's always provided it to us for free, but it very often stops working on our dashboard. And the only thing I can figure is we're overloading his servers. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. And we got some people that are angry about it. It's something that we just embed on our dashboard. It's not anything that we host or can control. I mean, I can take it off there. I can put it back on, but I can't host it. So I'm trying to backward engineer something. And it's difficult to get it right. I've got something kind of working. I'm not using sound, I'm using light instead. So I have a box that flashes. And it's I should call it epilepsy strike. It's kind of cool though if you open it up on a whole full screen. Yeah. Okay, so my girlfriend Dawn, she has just told me to go ahead and start talking about this. The RPM is going on a cruise. It's official. Unless the boat sinks before I get there. Yep, first time ever. I've been on a cruise boat before, but just to eat dinner and turn around and come back. Yep. September 28th to like I don't know, something like that. September
You are
24th or something
listening
like
to
that. At the end of
Trading
September.
Radio.
Nope,
Sign
they
up
got internet
completely
void
for
to it.
free with no
I
credit
think.
card.
I
You
hope.
can try out
It's a
all
whole
of our
week.
services for 10 days at dtr.tv/free. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
Well, I got my girlfriend that bought me, is going to pay for everything for my birthday. She's so sweet. My birthday's next week, but you had to book these things in advance. Yeah. I got a couple months, 3 or 4 months to bring Bobby up to speed because he'll be doing my Friday show. And make sure he can wake up and do that on a Friday. Hey, Jeff. Yeah, I mean, I can't. You say it's very relaxing, stay offline. If I'm not able to stay connected to the internet with my cell phone and check everything, make sure everything's up and running. I have one page that I bookmark. I hit it. It opens up an application on my phone and it says all systems are 100%. No tickets, no problems, no emergency, none of that. I can then put my phone back in my pocket and go about whatever I was doing. But I have to have phone service to do that, or internet service to my phone. And that's why most of my days off and stuff on weekends and stuff, I can travel and do things like that as long as I maintain some sort of connection to a 4G or 5G tower. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like stuff happens every day, but stuff will break and will go down and there will be a disaster as soon as it's always proven. Like whenever I get on a plane or something, it's like literally multiple years in a row. When we went out to California, I had the kids and had my wife. We'd go see her parents for 2 to 3 weeks. You guys remember all this. I used to host from the sewing room at her mom's house. Literally, the moment that the pilot says, or the airline stewardess, what do you call them now? Did I just mess that up? Stewardess. Would that indicate a gender? What do you call them now? Flight attendant. Flight attendant. I should say flight attendant. You see, marking my age, showing myself. Metatron, I will check that phone just like always, every few minutes. I'll be more worried probably about my son, leaving my son home, 20-year-old. Yeah, the flight attendant. So the minute the flight attendant says, please shut off your cellular devices and, get ready for takeoff. 5 minutes after that, the worst thing ever that could happen for my internet business. There'll be something go down. Hopefully though, it'll be something like they lost one of their major edge routers or something, and three of the 5 ISPs are down, and traffic is sluggish and filled with packet loss because everybody's trying to route through 2 lines instead of 5. And there'll be people at the data center that will be fixing it anyway, and it won't be anything that I have to mess with. But I will land the plane somewhere we go, like we change over in Dallas, Fort Worth, and my phone will start going, it just goes crazy with text messages and alerts and errors and all kinds of alarms and stuff going off, and phone calls and voice messages and stuff. And I will just look and see if it's corrected itself, and then I'll put my phone back in my pocket and then go find my next flight. No harm, no foul. That's happened at least twice. A network outage to that extreme at that data center has happened once in 7.5 years. It happened on that one time that we went to California. So, And then there's been a couple of times that I've been standing in line to check onto the plane.
You are listening
And
to
then
Day Trading Radio.
Johnny
Sign
hits
up
me up and
completely
says,
for
"Can
free
you
with no
reboot?
credit
You know,
card.
can you
can
restart
try
the news or
out all
something
of our
like that?"
services for 10 days at
And then-
DTR.TV
So then
/free. Thanks for listening.
I tell
and
her,
have a
"Hey, I
great
got to go
day.
sit down for a minute and fix this or whatever." So they get on the plane without me and stuff, and I wind up getting on at the last minute. Or if something bad enough, I actually have to catch the next flight, and then I wind up mixing a connection. It's always something like that, you know. So it's just Murphy's Law, or somebody hates me. It's been like that since 2000, pretty much. I have not been without internet service on a device of some sort, or cellular device in my hand that would operate if somebody needed me, since 2000. It's like somebody having a pacemaker or something, and make sure your batteries are good. Well, there ain't many ISPs that would lose their edge routers and not have backups. And those are multiple $100,000 devices. Usually it's something just a matter of a reboot or something like that. And I've only seen it happen a couple of times. But I can give you a list of them. Remember Rack Shack? Do you remember them? And everyone's internet that bought them up? I mean, this stuff happens all the time. But it isn't something that happens to me very often. Internet systems are generally built to be extremely redundant. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, though. All right, let's take a look at some charts and stuff. But yeah, it looks like I can get a decent internet package for about $18. And I'll just connect everything to my private VPN, so they won't be locking me down to just Facebook and stuff like that. I think they have internet package that's supposed to be just, you know, emails and stuff like that, and web pages. And then they have another one that allows you to do social media and stuff, which I guess for posting pictures and stuff like that and everything, maybe it's higher bandwidth. I don't know if they're locking down different ports or different websites or whatever, so I'll just get past all that with my VPN on my phone and my laptops. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm going with Dawn, and then Dawn's best friend and her husband, and then another family, one of their family members. So it'll be like 3 couples. So I'm super excited. Sniper Sam, I follow Michael Saylor. If you guys catch him, he makes a very good argument. He's a good Bitcoin ambassador. He's a little bit, I don't want to say naive, but he's a little bit assuming that Bitcoin's not going to have a major flaw discovered or something like that, right? But in principle, he's looking at it like it's the ideal programmed monetary network. But there is no such thing as ideal. It's just it's a target. That's all it is. Hey, Trader Bill, good morning. I think it's Carnival, Jeff. I'm not 100% sure. Leaves out of Norfolk, Virginia, which is about an hour from here. Goes to Bermuda. She says I don't need a passport. All I need is a birth certificate. Well, I've got all that stuff together because I had to get a medical, physical, and a psychological
You're listening
exam.
to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free with no credit card. You
Department
can
of
try
Defense
out all
security
of our
clearance
services for 10
and all
days
that and
at
everything to get to submit an
DTR.TV/free.
application
Thanks
for
for
Cash
listening
App so I
and
could
have a
have my
great day.
$38,000. Hey, good morning, Market Dan. Bermuda shorts. What the hell are they? Get the drink package, huh? Yeah, that's what everybody says there, Jeff. They said they were party crews, huh? Yeah. All right. You guys ready? I'm gonna take a fresh eyeball look at this whole thing. It's a contraption. You guys know I got long yesterday around the 26 area. I called in and told Johnny I just did it. Thought it was a low. Let me back up here and see how close I was. I was right in here, around 26. How am I doing? And then he said, "What's your target?" And I said, "Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow afternoon when it's time to close." Now, I don't know. It was just a hunch. I don't have enough lines on my chart, so let me add some. So now we're building kind of like this resistance shelf. Now we're back above my red box area and trying to hold support on top of it. But yeah, so I got in, and then we tried to drip down and get me again, stop me out. But I got in around in here somewhere, I think. It was yesterday, around lunchtime or so, I called in. You guys remember? Now I got to figure out what it wants to do now. Well, the 60-minute is in the process of rotating. See another trend line up here. Sort of a big pennant for me. So if we see some more profit taking or pullback this morning, let's see if we can stay above 4140 area, maybe down here. Let's look at the 15 minute. If we drop real quick at the open, we could wind up with a bullish divergence. 15 is oversold, and this looks like a flag. But at the same time, I don't know. Got some weirdness happening. You know, you got crypto not selling off hard. I wouldn't say that. Not violently. It's just leaking a little bit over the last couple of days. And about 10% lower than what it was maybe on Sunday. Very organized pullback on it. You got the markets drifting up, so they're decoupled. And they've been decoupled for a bit. MoFed says, I was on a Carnival cruise in March 9th. People thrown off in Bermuda for a flight on the ship before we departed. Huh? Oh, for a fight. Ha! Oh my God. 9 people thrown off for fighting. Well, that would be cool. Everybody pull out their weapons. iPhones. All right, so here's your 15-minute. You guys make up your own mind on what you think this could do. You know, a flag like this. Push higher. It could, let's look at the big chart. The world's coming to an end. Everything is screwed up. Our
You are
financial
listening
system,
to
the way we
Day
know
Trading
it,
Radio.
it could collapse.
Sign up completely
JP
for
Morgan
free with
Chase
no
every
credit
5
card.
minutes is
You
posting
can try
something
out all of our
about
services for
banking
10 days at
collapses.
dtr.tv/free. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
It looks like we're slowing down inflation because we're destroying the economy. That was intentional. I think people just know, that prices can't continue to go up, that they have to settle some. We know what all this eventually means. Massive loss of jobs, massive problems with commercial real estate. More banks are going to fail and have insolvency issues. We know all this. It's all baked in. So in my humble opinion, we got to get to 42.50 up here, the same spot I've been talking about forever. I'll just move the little red square over here, okay? Because the timing didn't happen yet. We had that pump, then we had a dump, and then on the way back up. To just all the naysayers that are trying to get short and selling because they think that the overall economic conditions have something to do with the price of the stock market. You got to look at it like this. Where else you going to make money? And this is what's happening right now in this big sideways consolidation thing. You see all these poppers that Johnny's been bringing to you. He's been giving birth to poppers left and right. He's been impregnated by a bunch of you bringing in poppers. Okay, so he's given birth to all these poppers. Poppers happen because people are frustrated because the damn market won't figure out what it wants to do. Same kind of things happen in crypto. You get all these new coins and stuff that are being born on these BRC20 networks, basically Ethereum contracts running on Bitcoin. Who would have ever thunk? So now Bitcoin is broke. It's completely broken. It's clogged. My Lightning nodes are making $110 a day each. They were making 74 cents a month. Now they're making $110 a day for the past 2 weeks in Bitcoin. So I'm not. I haven't even touched them. I haven't even done a rebalance in 2 months. I haven't even messed with them. I haven't reconfigured anything. I've just looked at stats and what's happening. Right. This just goes to tell you that everybody is like looking for a place to make money. It usually indicates a top when everybody's frustrated, so they're looking for penny stocks and stuff, right? But I think we can fool everybody that's crammed short right here, blow through all of them, and I hope none of you are that, okay, and get up to this level up here at the 61.8, which would be around just below 4,300. Look at that. There's nobody not looking at that level. There's nobody not looking at that level. The golden ratio right there. You say, well, how do you draw your fibs, man? You're an idiot when you draw your fibs. Oh, hand raised. Guilty as charged. But in this case, the all-time high, if that's not an anchor, I don't know what is. And the low spot in October, I think those are reasonable anchors. The 61.8 puts us at about 4,300 on the S&P, on the ES. I still think we could get there. And this is still a rising wedge, and then it could be bearish. So I think the bulls can be happy that we're where we're at. We're holding up. I think they'll be fine with it going up there, and I think the bears are fine with it going up there too. They're looking to add shorts. I think they got a shot at getting run over. I think the lows are in, guys. Back here. I do think we can make it down here again, though. So what's going to happen first is the question. That's what trading is all about. Yeah. Okay. RPM's probably right. We will wind up here at some point, and we probably wind up back down here first. But which one's going to happen first? There's your question. It's always a question. The question on the markets is which happens first in any chart. That's what trading is all about. So if I told you I knew, I don't know. I don't. I do like the fact that down
You're
here,
listening to Day
you know,
Trading
they seem to be
Radio.
just
Sign up
liquidity
completely for
hunts,
free with no
and then they
credit
reverse,
card.
go
You
right
can
back to the
try
mid,
out
the
all of our
medium.
services for
To
10
me,
days
this
at
looks like an expanding,
DayTraderRockStar.tv/free. Thanks for
like the
listening
opposite
and
of
have
a
a great
pennant.
day.
It's expanding. So what does that mean? Is that bullish or bearish? Yep. It's bullish and bearish. It means you have a containment pattern, and price inside that containment pattern is fair game either direction. It's just it's a widening, broadening wedge. That's the way I see this little pattern that we're in. Weekly is way overbought. I mean, are you guys at all surprised that all the stuff that's collapsing, and we're up here for this long, hanging out through all these bank collapses and all this terrible financial news? Are you guys surprised that we've spent this much time sideways? This consolidation, guys, this is a sign of strength. Some might say, well, it's a sign of weakness too. It won't break out and stay up there. I agree. That's why you have a fight. But one thing is for sure, you got stops building up on both sides. And I don't mean specifically on the ES, but you have stops building up on both sides for a long period of time. And when we get a decisive move to the upside or to the downside, it can get contagious quick. I still think we get 42.50 today. Hey, Void Tweet, you don't buy a Lightning node. You rent a server or set one up, run your own Bitcoin node. You're going to have to do some research, man. It took me about a month to get it working. But I did it 3 years ago, and it cost the two virtual machines cost me approximately $15 total a month. And I didn't start making profit until about 3 months ago. Profit or even any transactions at all. So I'm running a drive-through basically for Bitcoin transactions. I'm a payment processor. Hey, good morning, Jack. Hey, Sniper Sam, you're Corey, right? Are you here? Let me do a little check real quick. Here's your 15-minute chart and a bullish divergence setup if we drop lower, guys. We're open, by the way. Ding, 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 ding.
From May 12th to May 25th, that's Tango Oscar Papa, TOP.
And on the Bitcoin chart, that red line wound up being resistance. Come back to the 100 EMA, which remember I told you guys when we had this cross that was getting ready to happen, that could be bullish. Look where it crossed and landed right there on that pullback. I haven't looked at the daily chart too much, but I like the 25K level. But up here, almost everyone had started to believe that 10K probably was never going to be seen again. That's about the time that they prove you wrong. I think you can easily pull back to 20. Some people are saying that's never going to happen again. The way these things work is you go all the way back here to... We have a fractal going on with this right here. Just move up, back up, and then they pull the rug, take one more test at the lows, and then take off. Same thing happened here. Look, you move up, everybody gets excited. You have this pull back, black swan event, test the lows, take off. We're right about here right now. if this thing's going to rinse and repeat. We're right about here.
You are
right
listening to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely
Wouldn't it be nice
for
to be
free
able to
with
get
no credit
Bitcoins
card.
at 400
You can
bucks?
try out all of our services for 10 days at dtr.tv
So,
/free.
now the
Thanks
interesting
for
thing
listening
right
and
now
have a great day.
is that if you look at it like this, a little parallel formed here. I'll get off of this in just a second. Just give me a second. If you look at it, 100 EMA, okay, and look at the stochastics on the daily oversold. Now remember, guys, I pointed out this huge bearish divergence that was setting up, and you were asking me. I had people come to me and say, "Why are you selling some Bitcoin?" Well, I needed money.
Arlo Technologies popping to the high on volume.
I didn't sell Bitcoin. I used it to pay some commercial server bills. The guy takes Bitcoin. So I got maximum value out of the chart at the time. But it is oversold now on the daily. Still way completely overbought on the weekly, which is fine. You're probably not going to get a weekly pullback like that. You're going to see it like this. It's going to stay embedded for a while when it takes off.
Hearing Wilson, Gordon Haskett saying there's an activist in the stock.
So yeah, this is a decent dollar cost average spot, and if you're trying to get in, we're in the start of at the end of the bear market, the beginning of the bull market. I did all right. A heavily dollar cost average at the beginning of the year. I'm not buying every day anymore, but you'll see.
There's a Dropbox getting a pop.
But all the criticisms about how it pulls back, the volatility in it is a feature. It's not a bug. If you believe in the asset, then you should own some. I do. You don't have to put everything you got in it like I have. I think you're crazy if you don't own at least a little, and don't keep it on an exchange somewhere where you can sell it. That's not the point. The point is to hold some in case you need it. Because when the entire banking system collapses, and it will, I don't know if it's going to happen anytime soon. One day it will, and it'll be replaced with something else. I'm not saying that's Bitcoin. There will be people on the other side that will set up ways to accept your Bitcoin for payment for services. You will be able to use it. All right, what do we got that's flying today? That's enough of my corn talk. You guys do what you want. Let's see. Yeah, I like the Cool C bot. It tells us about the halts and everything. He's done a good job with that. I just wish we could lock it down to one username so I could put a color on it. Or if he would share the scripting with me, and I'll put it on one of our servers. Hey, DJ, good morning. RJC, good morning. All right, so did we get that 15-minute bullish divergence? I'm still long, by the way, from 25, yesterday's level. And they did try to take us out, didn't they? I said I thought the lows were in yesterday morning when I called Johnny. Told him I just got long. I think he spotted a divergence, and I liked it too. Yeah, absolutely, Milo. I look at all kinds of negative stuff about it. That
You are listening to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free.
By the way,
with
there's a
no
difference
credit
between
card.
crypto
You
and
can
Bitcoin.
Try out all of our services
We've
for
defined
10
that.
days at
Pretty much crypto.
dtr.tv/free.
I define crypto as all the other coins other than Bitcoin. And you know what? I think Litecoin might be one of the best investments right now. Its halving is timed at different times. It's lightweight, it's fast. The fees are cheap. It is a copy of Bitcoin, but it's still mined. It's been a long time since I even looked at it, but let's see on the price chart.
SPRY, Yankee Papa Romeo Yankee.
Ticker is LTC, right? .USD. Yeah.
Announced that the FDA advisory committee voted in favor of the company's nasal spray, that's SPRY. Hearing comments from MKM Roth.
Let me see if I can get it to backfill. All right, so you see the 5-minute divergence. You see the 15-minute divergence that I pointed out before see how you have time on these a little bit larger. Yeah, I was just making a point, Mila. People group them in the same, kind of in conversations. They kind of group them all together. You know what I mean? And there are some definite differences. Let's take a look here at Litecoin. It's been a long time since I looked at LTC. So it went all the way down to 40 and went all the way up to 105. Little double top here. So back in June, it was $40, and it just recently tried to test the 105 level. So not a bad move, but the question is, what's it do next? I had fibs drawn on this at some point. You can redraw them. Had a high of 300 and a low of around 40. Not a bad move. It's like May of 2021. Weekly bearish divergence. A daily bullish divergence. So if you guys want to get something that's decentralized, that also does that has the halvings and all that stuff and is mined, and you want something cheap, you might be able to, at $80 here, you might be able to buy a whole coin. Not that you have to. That's another thing people don't understand. Who the hell would pay $30,000 for a damn fake Bitcoin? You can buy $1 worth. You can buy one Satoshi's worth. That's another thing. I'm not telling you guys to do that. I'm just saying it's a feature of it that allows people continuously participate in it without having to be rich. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, same email address as always, rpm@daytradingradio.com. All right. And I had someone email me last night and say, is any more flash sales going to happen? Well, that kind of depends. There's certain criteria that have to be met, usually chosen by me at the time when I come up with these things. for me to make a coupon and put it out there,
You're listening to
and then
Day
catch hell
Trading
from Johnny's
Radio.
wife.
Sign up
the
completely for
prices.
free with no credit card. You can try out all of
I
our
have to have
services
enough
for 10
participants.
days at dtr.tv
Which not even worth it.
/free. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
Now, if you're an existing member or an old member that has an account and you'd like to come back, you can always open up a conversation with me, rpm at DayTraderRadio.com. Or reply to an email that I already sent you and we were talking about pricing and the features or something like that, you know, where I can scroll back through the email and look at it. So if there's any interest out there right now, send me a private message or either send me an email, rpm at DayTradingRadio.com if you'd like a super great deal. Johnny's got it advertised now for $9.99, but if you click on the link, it's $12.99. All right, so here's your 15-minute buy divergence idea. But when we opened up this morning, I told you that the 60-minute looked overbought and maybe it needed to rotate back down here somewhere. I don't know if we get that far or not. Probably not right now anyway. But there's a possibility of a 15-minute buy divergence, and it still could be a bull flag that's just doing a liquidity hunt and take out some of these wicks. Let's look at the 5-minute real quick. 5-minute. Still a possibility of a 5-minute bullish divergence if this turns here. And where do we go to, guys? I do try to educate people every day that I'm on the air. What's a magnet on the market? 5150. It's just we spend so much time, and I don't think it's coincidence anymore. I don't. I think the market is proved that 5150 number, at least recently. Look at how much time we've spent at 5150 as kind of like a mean here. Look, we spent some back here. We spent a lot of time collected near 5150. There's some people that escape the asylum, and some people get flushed down the toilet. 5150 means something. All you got to do is look it up. I think that this is the market telling you that it's a bunch of craziness going on in the world. Yes, I mean 415150. Mo money. Yes. All right, little flush. Here it goes. Notice I haven't given you any upside targets today yet. I would like to see if we get some bullishness. I would like to see us eventually get to that 425150 mo money. Yeah, when I say 5150, I'm not talking about S&P 5150. I'm talking about 405150. I'm talking about 395150. It's basically that 50 spot, which is just a point and a half away from the 50, the real point of it, the 5150. It's a police code for crazy person or something like that. So maybe we should just call the Friday show the 5150 show. Look at the bullish divergence on the 15, guys. Anybody willing to step up here and get long? I'm already long from 26. Already got 2 on. By the way, I believe the gap may have been filled. We're up 5 points on the S&P, and we almost filled the gap. Did we not? Let's take a look. I mean, look at this thing. All right, nice little bounce here. There we go. Liquidity hunt. Took everybody out. Here's what happened. They took all these people out just because they could. Look at that. I hear Johnny's stuff. Executing trades. Rockbot. But here's your 5-minute. Here's your 15-minute. Look at the 15-minute bullish divergence. Yeah, hey, Sniper Sam, I like
You are listening to Day Trading
I like
Radio. Sign up
David.
completely for free with no credit card.
I watched him on that
all of our services for 10
that
days
network
at
that he was part of.
DTR.TV/free. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
But I've seen Michael Saylor. I mean, I sleep to Michael Saylor talking. Hey, a little crazy. I'm a little worried that one man is going to own. He already owns more Bitcoin than the U.S. government owns. Hey, Lemmy, what's up? Yeah, Kitco News. Yeah. Cliff G with some see. There you go. I just babble and just run my mouth, and then somebody like Cliff comes in and posts some actual information that we can learn from. Let me see what he has to say here. I got to make my chat room a little bigger. 5150 is the number of the section of the Welfare and Institutions Code, which allows an adult who is experiencing a mental health crisis to be involuntarily detained for a 72-hour psychiatric hospitalization when evaluated to be a danger to others or himself or herself or gravely disabled. So Cliff just basically put a great definition around calling my Friday show the 5150 show. And the market likes the 5150 area. Because you know what's happening at 5150? Which, by the way, we're back over 5150. You know what happens at 5150? You spend a lot of time there. The market is basically saying, nope, I'm not going to be committed. Drops back down because back up resistance. Gets above it, comes back, tests it, goes through it. The market is tickling the 5150 over and over and over again. This whole thing right here, 5150, all through here where we're at right now. The bulls are saying, you know, this is nuts that we're this low, and the bears are like, this is crazy, we're this high. So they all feel crazy. See, it's actually, guys, it's just a joke, but there might be something to it. That's what Cliff said. It. We're all here. That should be my show motto. We're all here because we're not all there. Steve Texas says, I see 4150. Do not understand RPM. I'm sorry, Steve. 51.50. 51 and a half. It exists at every $100 level on the S&P. It's not an exact level. Hey, Piggerini, what's up, bud? Yeah, see, I don't have my... Here, look. Market's moved enough today that my extra things don't show up over here, do they? No, they don't. My decimal places aren't showing today because there's too much range. You might be able to look at Johnny's and see. There you go. If I zoom in like that, see, look right here, 5150 right here. I'm not saying you trade off of that on a 1 minute chart. I'm just saying if you took a long down here and you like that idea the market's trying to migrate back to 5150, that might be an area. When you spend so much time on it, it may not matter so much. But this is bearish right here. Let's see what happens though. There's, see, my a big pennant situation, but the big pennant sits inside of a broadening, widening. What do you call it? A megaphone. So what I expect to happen today is the market to possible. Well, first of all, that's a great 5 minute and 15 minute divergence. Can you not agree? We went from 47 to 55 pretty quick. Almost 10-point
You
move
are
there.
listening to Day Trading Radio.
But
sign up completely for free with
if they can break this level again, I want to see us stay inside the red box, and then I want to see us collect this lower trend line. I haven't talked about any upside targets today, other than eventually I think we could get to 42.50, 42.50. Don't sit there and place any trades based off what I say on this larger stuff either, guys. You know, don't do anything silly like, well, I'm going to take a long right here. He's right sometimes. I'm going to ride this one. All right. You want to take a long, that's fine. Maybe buy a SPY call or something. I think we could go lower first. But the market makers have to move and take all the participants out. Did you guys see John Wick? That's the market. Okay. That's just kill everybody that moves. Then he goes does what he has to do. Eventually he dies too. So you had a run to the upside here, you sucked everybody in, ran right into a little trend line, whatever. Made a run to the lows here, took all of these people out, all the way back into about 8 o'clock last night. That's all it's doing, just taking out stops. If there was no stops on the exchange, the market wouldn't move. That's the only thing it does. It just goes after stops is all it does. But I still like the idea of the 5-minute bullish divergence that took place. The 15-minute, pretty clear. Here's your consumer sentiment here. So in about a minute, less than a minute here, guys, this could be, the market has settled into an area where it says, okay, I'm ready. Now let's see what we can do. That's right, Cliff. John Wick strategy. Accumulate gold, kill everything else. Anybody seen John Wick 4? Me and Bobby and his friend Gabe went to see it. It was crazy. It was 5150. It was a good movie.
Consensus was 63, 57.7 on Michigan consumer sentiment. S&P futures, I'll alter here now.
Morning, Zingo. A lot of charts on Johnny's screen, guys. Down in the bottom left-hand corner of the dashboard. And he's locked and loaded. I got his volume up in case he sees something. All right. So what was the consumer sentiment? Was it good or bad? How do you...
Resuming, hitting new highs now. Sandy Papa Romeo Yankee of 105%.
Hey, Sniper Sam. All right, guys, here comes your drop here. Let's see if we get down to this thing. What I want.
You are listening to
Keanu Reeves, though,
DayTrading Radio.
he's a badass
Sign
in
up
real life.
completely for free
He
with no
can
credit card.
actually
You can
perform
try
a lot of
out
those
all of our
shots and
services
stuff.
for
He's
10
very,
days at
he practices
DTR.TV
constantly on the
/free.
range, at the range.
Thanks for listening and
He's
have
not
a
some
great day.
stupid actor like, what's his name? What's the guy who took a loaded gun and shot that girl? It's a Baldwin guy.
That's Bravo Tango Alpha 8.
John Wick actually knows how to shoot. Like his trainers and stuff. Who are competition shooters and stuff. They said that he's a competition quality. Crazy. Yeah. I do like the fact, though, that they finish everything with a headshot. In real life, that's the way to stop somebody. Shoot them in the face.
SNGX, Collision X.
Oh, Sniper Sam against somebody for real in a real gunfight, though, he might be better than most he would go up against. But the combat and all that stuff and everything, it's a movie, you know. I get it. Thank you, Bay Street. What's up? 57.7 estimate was 63. 5 to 10 year inflation expectations rise to 3.2 versus 3. Michigan long-term inflation expectations highest since 2011. Okay. Well, you would think that would eventually creep up. That's 5 to 10 year. By the way, does anybody know why the Fed, and I think I know, does anybody know why the Fed has this inflation target of 2%? From what I understand, it goes all the way back to the gold days because gold usually increased by about 2%. The actual supply increased by about 2% every year. And they compared everything to gold. Isn't that ironic?
TOP shares resume trading now. Tango Oscar Papa.
I'll have to watch that, Sniper Sam. Now, I get what you're saying. Did you email me about your email address being wrong or something? I purposely didn't answer it because I wanted to do it over the air in case somebody else had the same issue.
Trading for high due to recent price moves in the stock. That's Tango Oscar Papa.
That might be why, Milo. It's good, though. Nice. My post office lady just texted me, told me I got 2 checks I've been looking for.
ECRX.
Might have to go at lunchtime just to make sure I get those deposited today.
Hitting the intraday high now at
Because I'm tired of getting low balance alerts on 3 bank accounts every day. Probably should set my threshold higher than $10. Lower than $10. Yeah. So I tell you guys, as we're waiting for this price to come down here, on the poorest risk percent, Bay Street Trader, you know what? I'm rich in many ways. Some not measured in dollars. Let's just put it that
You're
way.
listening to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free with no credit card. You can try out all of our services for 10 days at dtr.tv/free. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
It's called delayed gratification. Or you die first. And that's okay too, because then you're off the hook. All right, let's re-examine this. This 1 minute is we're getting there, guys. We're getting to that level that I wanted to see. I drew you a pattern here. This pennant kind of idea. If nothing else, it's just a trend line. So if I were controlling this market, I wanted to take us to 41.10. But I'm betting that we don't do that. I'm not selling Bitcoin here while I'm adding to it. No. What are you talking about? You know how many times I heard that? Where am I going to sell it at? You want me to use HODL HODL? What do you use, by the way, to sell your Bitcoin? And then, what if one day you need it? You know, you ever thought of that? Or nobody else can get their hands on it, you know? I just have problems with cash flow. Some of my customers are deadbeats. So what I was thinking could happen today is another bank failure or more news about it, which would send Bitcoin up.
Top financial shares are halted. Now, pending news again, SEC saying that shares.
Hey, Ryan out there, I just approved your free trial. Come on in and let me know you made it. Top right-hand corner of the dashboard is a little link that says live chat. I just approved your free trial.
So the company now, or the exchange now, holding shares in TOP.
Piggeroony, where you get all these little pictures of the pigs, man? They're so cute. FSC, the annoying broadcast ladies in the back. Do you mean the thing that says you're watching Day Trading Radio for a free trial? Go to dtr.tv/free and have a good day. That plays every 5 minutes. Is that so bad? Yeah. The people who are signed in as members don't have that problem. Just say that. Hey, Frown, I know about Richard's latest post. I know, man. It's exciting. I just told him it goes away if he pays. Hey, Canada Trader. I think what we'll do is we'll put back on Johnny's commercial where Rufus explains the entire platform. It's a 5-minute commercial. We'll just rotate it every 15 minutes. That's what we'll do. Think she's gross? It's an AI bot that did it for me. Not 100% believable as human. We mix that in there though because some people just listen to it. FSC. They just listen to the show. We have banners and stuff everywhere that identify how people can get free, you know. By the way, the only thing you don't get with the free trial is the code for the Rockbot. Everything else is 100% free. No credit card needed, no PayPal needed. All you need is a username and password that you pick. Who else does that? Nobody. Most places, the services or whatever, they're like, you know, first month is free or something like that or whatever. And then after that, whatever the price is.
You are listening to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free with no credit card. You can try out all of our services for 10 days at DTR.TV.
Sniper Sam, do I use Lightning Network?
Thanks for listening.
Yes, I have used Lightning. I use Lightning to Square Block Incorporated uses Lightning. They have Lightning address that you can deposit coins in. I highly advise people don't put too much coins in your Crash app because mine are stuck in there. But they use Lightning. I've been running 2 Lightning nodes. I set them up almost 3 years ago. So I run 2 full nodes, 2 full Bitcoin nodes, the Lightning nodes. And I was thinking about just getting rid of them because they weren't really processing any transactions. So just recently, I would say, how long have I been telling people that I've been getting paid? I went and checked things. I guess it was probably around February or March. I started checking, and rebalancing and stuff and doing all my maintenance and everything I'm supposed to do or should do. And I'm like, holy crap, I'm bringing in, $3, $4 a day per node. And then it went to 10. And then it went to 20. And then it went to 30. Now I'm getting paid in Bitcoin. And then now, I think this week, I've probably, and I know why, it's because of all these transactions with this crazy, when somebody decided to drop Ethereum contracts on the Bitcoin chain. Bitcoin's not designed for that, so all of it's being routed through Lightnings. So this week, I'm probably, even with the fact that Bitcoin has dropped a lot, I'm probably up $1,000 just this week, just in Lightning transactions. I mean, it's like $100 a day per node. 84, 116, 78, 79, and I'm running 2 separate nodes. So I'm acting as a bank or an ATM, or whatever you want to call it. I'm a payment processor. No, it's staking in a way, Bay Street, because you do have to put. It's like running a cash register somewhere. When you open up your store in the morning, and you're going to have a cash register, you have to put change in it, right? So you can hand you can hand somebody change, right? That's basically what it's doing. And then at the end of the day, you cash out, put it all in a bag, and you take it to the bank, and then square up with them, right? That's kind of what Lightning does in a very fast way. So, and it's super fast. 150,000 transactions a second. So it's like pretty much everything could be converted to it and it would handle it the way it is. It's nuts, right? But you can't process transactions and sign transactions if you don't have the actual Bitcoin to back it up. So my original, I didn't want to put a whole lot in there, so I put in a half a Bitcoin at a time. Bitcoin, I think, was, I don't know, when I did it, I want to say it was like 17K or something when I did it. You don't buy a Lightning node, Void Twit. You set up a server somewhere and you watch a lot of YouTube videos and do a lot of research and you learn how to do a lot of command line with Linux and stuff like that. You don't buy them. You can run you can run, like, there's Nodls. Let me show you. Don't run a Bitcoin node first, and you're not gonna make any money right off the bat. Probably, it took 3 years before I even processed like $5 worth of transactions. Okay, so look at it like this: for the sake of speed only, Bay Street Trader, you are offering a transaction processing for the sake of speed only Okay. It's like saying, okay, listen, you're gonna give me 50 cents worth of Bitcoin, and
You are
and
listening
I'm going to
to
transfer.
Day
I'm going to
Trading
transfer the
Radio.
50
Sign
cents worth of
up
Bitcoin to
completely
this
for
other
free with
wallet,
no
this
credit
other
card.
Lightning wallet
can
for
try
you,
out all of our
because you
services
need
for 10
to buy that
days
cup
at
of coffee right now.
DTR.tv/free.
And
Thanks
the
for listening
person on
and
the other
have a
side
great
doesn't
day.
want to wait for an hour when the Bitcoin network is clogged because it's processing all this other BS that's happening right now with this BSC stuff and this Pepe coin and all that crap. It's congested and it's taking hours for you to get, so you can't stand there for an hour waiting for your coffee. So what this is like a pre-authorization, if you will. It's almost like a, and I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, why don't people just use a debit card? It's like instant. No, it ain't. You get instant answers to the transaction, but the clearing don't happen until 3 days later. So every merchant that takes credit cards and stuff, they wait for 2 or 3 days to get their money. They have authorizations that they can pretty much bank on, but it's a risk, right? So what Lightning does is it says, listen, it's going to take a couple hours for this Bitcoin transaction to print on the actual chain itself. Let me handle. It's like somebody having a change box and having people coming up to them and say, can I get change for $5, please? Sure. Here you go. Can I get change? Can you break 100 for me? Sure. Right. I have to have a box big enough with enough money in it to swap out with everybody that comes up. But the process is fast, and that's all they care about. At the end of the night, I batch out everything and print everything on the chain. So in my case, or I rebalance, and I wind up with fees, and they're small, but they add up after a while. It's as simple as that. It's like I'm basically. It's hard to explain. I'm an ATM for instantaneous transfers, but you have to put money in the ATM, right? Or you can't expect to get fees. When banks put an ATM, or a company comes out and put an ATM somewhere, a traditional US dollar ATM somewhere, and they build a little hut and put a hut around it and get the power company, put a meter over there and run power to it and all that stuff, they had to shove a bunch of cash in it, don't they? And then people can swap it for physical swap their debit card for physical cash, or their credit card for physical cash. You're giving them your cash, and you put your cash up. They're getting your money. They're getting their hands on it. It's gone. It's theirs. Nobody can take it. You're taking the risk, okay, that the debit card might get compromised or the transaction gets reversed, whatever. But later on that night, or later on at some point, you have to do the squaring up through the banking system, which sometimes takes 3 days. Depending on how that works. You get what I'm saying? So it's a second layer solution. And people say, Bitcoin is slow. Yeah, sure is. But there's not another way that I can think of that you could transfer the keys or transfer billions of dollars in value in an hour or two at the most, even when it's clogged, for 50 cents. It's really designed for large transactions that are going to take an hour. But it takes the same amount of time to move $1 worth of Bitcoin as it does a $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Exact same amount of time, same amount of processing power. You get paid the same amount for mining the transaction, for the most part. Lightning, though, is a second layer solution designed for speed to do that. So somebody needs to provide that service. So I'm a node operator. I have 2 nodes. You can run your own Bitcoin node also if you're interested in it. I just wanted to warn you, though, it took me 3 years to even make profit. But it's because I believe in something. I'm the type of person that takes belief in something because of reading about it, watching YouTube videos about it, studying the technology. I believe in something, I invest in it. It does not mean I'm investing money. It could be time. It could be like back in 1996, for whatever reason, I don't know why, I thought the internet could be really cool one day. And people would need a place to put their websites. So I started a hosting business. It took me 2 years before I made profit. The only website I had for the first year was my own.
Services for 10 days at dtr.tv/free. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
Sniper Sam, yes. Sailor, he's all about the lightning. No, see, he believes in Bitcoin, so any second layer solution that's designed to run on it is going to be favorable to him. Dux, I agree with you. Internet's not going to be around much longer. Totally agree. Anyway, but there's, let's see.
There's a Tesla drifting lower now, 173.05 on that.
You can actually buy purpose. If you want to run a Bitcoin node, now this is separate than Lightning, but they're all, the same. There's one called Nodal or something like. I think it's called Nodal or Nodal. Holy crap! There's 16,928 nodes now all over the world. These are people who are storing the entire blockchain and backing it up. Only 9% are in the United States. And when I first started running the node, I think there was 4,212. Now there's 16,000. As long as this kind of stat keeps going up, it means the network is more secure. This is separate than mining. You can run a node on a little device like this. You can buy them. I think there's all sorts of reasons to do it, even if you're not doing transactions in Bitcoin. I'm looking for there's one called Nodal, I think. Yeah, Nodal. Go to nodal.com. Here. They have devices. You can run it. It's open source, so you just download it. You can run it on a Linux virtual machine if you want. You can buy the hardware and stick it on your network in your house or your office, or you can just run the damn node on like an Amazon EC2 instance for $5-6 a month. I did it that way because that's going to be faster. It's going to be my node will answer faster than one that I would have here at my house that might be restrained by a day trading radio show taking up my bandwidth. So the ping times will be faster on a fast network. So I put mine on Amazon. But there's a lot of work involved, and I didn't start doing any work on it until just recently. You have to get peering arrangements set up with other nodes. And I can't process transactions larger than, say, a half of Bitcoin. Why? Because I barely have a half of Bitcoin in there. So, if you want to, but the thing is, I can, you get what I'm saying. I at my cash register, I can't break a bunch of $100 bills for a whole bunch of people if I've only got 3 5s in there and a handful of 1s. Your total that you have in your bank, if you want to look at it that way, has to be higher than the number of transactions you're going to be doing. Or you have to communicate with the chain more often, which costs a little bit of money to communicate with the actual Bitcoin blockchain to do your settlements. Yeah, so the pairing part is you have to make arrangements with other nodes. You have to join other node networks, and they will offload to you, and you can offload to them.
There's 14% now on TCRX.
It's a whole rabbit hole you're
You
going to
are
have to climb
listening
in to
to
learn
Day
about it.
Trading Radio.
You guys are a
Sign up
little late to the
completely for
party,
free with
but
no credit card.
I want to be
You
a
can
service
try out
provider.
all of our services
I
for
don't
10 days at
necessarily have to. I'm investing time,
DTR.tv/free.
energy,
Thanks
and a
for
little bit of
listening and
money
have a great day.
into my knowledge, into my noggin. Because contrary to popular belief, RPM's a fairly smart guy.
TCRX now halted on the way down at $4.56.
But this sort of thing isn't for everybody. But one day it will be. Every one of you will be using it. Mark my words on that. I ain't no genius, Mom. Far from it. I was late getting into the well, I wouldn't say late getting into the Lightning Network thing. It's just started not too long ago. But you basically, you get poor, slow, and then, it costs you money to have it. That you have faith in something, a lot of times it works out. Does that make sense? And look, I was every single month, money kind of tight. I'm like, why is this? They keep charging me for this. I'm not getting anything out of it. Let me go grab my freaking half a Bitcoin out of there, move it to my ledger number 3 or whatever, and just shut the thing down because I'm paying money to run this thing. And now look, in 5 months, all out of a sudden, in 5 months, now I have recouped all of my costs for the past 3 years. And now I'm making money, profit. So I'm glad you just got to stick with stuff, And sometimes stuff don't work out. Lightning Network was started in 2016 by Joseph Poon and Thera Dreyer were the first formally purpose the Lightning Network. And you can go on Investopedia and you can read all about it. This is on Investopedia.
TSLA Tesla
And read all about it.
now 172.16 on that headline from Technica that must step aside at Tesla in addition to.
So yeah, I highly suggest doing your own research on that. It's just another way for me to put more time and resources into the same idea. Well, yeah, Sniper Sam, exactly. And listen, the thing has picked up a lot recently out of the blue because this whole Taproot thing, this whole upgrade, and there's even some questions if Taproot is good. I mean, the Bitcoin network hash rate and everything is climbing and all because the miners are trying to process all these transactions. It's clogged, man. It's broke. Bitcoin's broke right now. It's clogged. Because all this damn BRC20 stuff, not ERC, BRC. ERC20 contracts that have been trying to stamp and run on the Bitcoin. It's doing it fine. It's just not meant to process that many transactions. So Lightning is a second layer solution. It's literally a Lightning network, a Lightning node, and having a Lightning network processing hub. It's kind of like a bank. And Bitcoin and the main chain is sort of like the central bank. And they allow the banks to do all the really fast transactions, right? So the central bank sits there and sprays out hundreds of millions of dollars to banks that need it. And then the bank takes it and makes all the tiny little transactions off of it, makes money off the transactions. But the bank is also vested, is also interested in the underlying currency that they hang on to. that they hold, that they were giving out or whatever. And they earn their profits in the same currency. Like a regular bank, that's what happens. Same thing with Lightning Node. It's the second layer.
You are listening to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free with no credit
It's
card.
broke, Void
You
to
can
it.
try
Bitcoin
out
is
all of
broke.
our services
I call
for
it
10
Bitcoin.
days at dtr.tv
It's broken right
/free.
now because
Thanks
all
for
this damn
listening and have a great day.
silly meme coin crap running on it. It's just clogged. Everybody's trying to
TCRX
race to the Walmart and the interstate's clogged.
shares continuing to pull back.
Now, AI is going to fix everything for us. You know what's cool? They appointed Kamala Harris as the AI czar. That is amazing. I mean, that's the perfect person for artificial intelligence. She's artificial. And there's no, it's kind of like the Federal Reserve. It's not federal, and they got no reserves. Yeah, I don't know.
Wall Street.
Orlando, it does seem like that they do that, right? The point is, you don't need a czar for AI.
From Reuters now.
What is a czar? It's got to be some kind of Russian thing. All right, so the 15-minute breaking down here, guys. Any surprise that we're where we're at right now? Pretty much where I thought we would be, right? I told you that. Let's see if we can come down and get this trend line. Go get that trend line. S&P's down 5. The Dow Jones is basically up 3 points. NASDAQ is having the worst day today, down 54. We can look at some crazy stocks today if you guys could find some. Holy crap, the hypercharge took a dump today. I mean, not huge, but it's dropped a lot. I wish I had some money. Yeah, it's back down to where I bought it. Almost. Well, I bought it at 66. It's at 87. All right, so here we come on down to this zone in here. 60 minutes is almost oversold. Let's look at the 4 hour. There's your bearish divergence on the 4 hour. Did I mention that on Wednesday? I can't remember. I was not feeling good on Wednesday. Now I got this boil on the right side of my face. You guys ever had a boil just show up like in the middle of your cheek, between your ear and your nose, and you can feel it with your tongue? I got a big. It looks like a breast nipple on the side of my face. I'm in heat. No, Void Twit. I'd stop taking those pills. That's a good guess, though. All right, so they're wiping the floor with everybody. I don't think we go down here. But every time I use my thinker, I get proven wrong. 60-minute was overbought, but there was no divergence or anything. But we're rotating over. We need to hold this level right about here. There's a big trend line. If you don't think that trend line means anything, you might be right. It might smash right through it. There's a rising trend line, but it is there. I know I don't have enough lines on the chart. I'll work on that. You guys notice something about Fridays? They become quite bearish lately. We had a flag on the 5-minute. All
You're
right.
listening to
My
Day
red
Trading
box.
Radio.
Why did I have a
Sign
box
up
that was that
completely for
size?
free with
All right,
no
let me
credit
see if I
card.
can make the
You
box
can
a little
try
bit
out
bigger.
all of our services for 10 days at DTR.TV/free. Thanks for listening and
Had
have a
somebody
great
telling
day.
RPM only good in the bull market. Okay. There's a that looked like, you got to admit, it looked like a nice flag. It wound up being a channel. We broke down out of it. Now they're just hunting for something to eat. Right about here. You know what? I want to add one. Oh, come on. Why has this happened to me?
Netflix plans to cut spending by $300 million.
I got 2 on at 26.
From the Wall Street Journal. That's November 5th.
I just added at 36. 2.
Netflix is looking for price savings. There could impact on
So now my average is probably right about at the red line. So I got 4 on. $4 a point.
trade
See what happens. Waited all morning for this.
costs.
So 10:38.
Crackdown on password sharing targeting the U.S. and elsewhere, with pushback from the first quarter to the second quarter, according to the Wall Street Journal. That's November 5th.
Let's see what happens.
President Netflix getting a pop here.
Netflix getting a pop off some password sharing policies they just announced.
3:45.62 now on Netflix getting a pop on that headline from the Wall Street Journal, nonetheless.
Sounds like Johnny's phone ringing. Or Mr. Land's was. No, it was him. Sniper Sam says he's making breakfast. Yeah. I don't know. Just like I was sick on Wednesday. Wasn't feeling good. I didn't throw up, but I almost did. And then by yesterday I was feeling better, but then this thing popped out of the side of my head. It's a freaking alien horn trying to grow out. And it hurts because my headphones are touching it. I'm probably, I have some scalpels coming here today via Amazon. I'm going to get Bobby to take a bottle of rubbing alcohol and try to lance it and mash it out. Or either that or I'm going to see if Dr. Pimple Popper will see me. Sounds like Johnny was under his desk asleep. Hey, Mark Todd, I'm your favorite. Favorite what? There ain't many to pick from, man. I'm your favorite RPM, right, Mark Todd? Thanks for the email, man. All right, let's see if we got something going on here. Trying to hold that trend line. Let me adjust it a bit. It is a decent trend line as far as how far it goes. If we break it, though, we're going here, like I said, 41.10. And you got all the news. Void to it says we're going to 43 billion. Right. Very organized, coiled looking stochastic here. And if we go back and we look at where my green dotted line is right here, we can see that we spent some time here.
You are listening to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free with no
Yeah,
credit
it goes
card.
back a bit. You
try
can see these
out all
points
of our
right here, look.
services for 10 days at dtr.tv/.
You know, it kind of has the look of this
Thanks for
one.
listening
Move
and
up
have a
like
great
that, and then a
day.
pull back, and then a gigantic bounce. No divergence, but let's look at a 15. 15 had a divergence, failed. That's a problem with these things. 60-minute, almost oversold. You said Johnny's mic is on, he's eating. I don't hear him eating. It sounded like to me he woke up. Oh, okay. I think he usually on Fridays he's running scans and stuff on his computer and letting it churn, and he waits for results. And then he goes through it and he goes through his list and everything and looks at each one, does his investigations and his research and stuff. He works as hard on Friday as any day. It's just different workload. Next weekend I won't be with you guys. I'm going to be doing something else. Next Friday. I'll be probably doing next Thursday for everyone. For the show. Me and Johnny have to figure that out. And I'll be back on the following Wednesday. Which I think, let me see. No, this coming Wednesday is my birthday. I might go out to dinner or something. I don't know. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. What's that? This it's going to be on Sunday. Yeah, the last couple of Fridays have been kind of bearish. And I've had the luxury of being on the air, and we have bullish days. And people enjoy those. Generally speaking, people enjoy the bullishness on any day. I had to say though, last Friday though wasn't like that at all. Was it? The 5th? That wasn't last Friday, was it? May 5th? Yes, it was. Yeah, the market went from 40.90 to 41.65, but we've had a couple that were kind of dragging. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, here's a Friday. Right in here. And a pullback, and then a rip to 4,200. Let me see if I can find a Friday where things are kind of weak. But you know what I'm saying? It seems like to me we've had a lot of good ones, but just maybe there's been one not too long ago where it's kind of negative. Trade alert in the box, everybody.
White House said U.S. has seen repeated threats from Iran against commercial shippers.
Repeated threats from Iran against commercial shippers. I know the free trial just got approved. You guys just come on in the chat room, top right-hand corner, where it says, the dashboard, it says DTR live chat. Come on in and say hello. I'd love to hear from you. Let me just do a quick roll call, guys. Maybe put a 1 in the chat room if you're a lifer today. Just want to see how many lifers are here. means you own a lifetime membership to Day Trading Radio. Brown Bear and MoFat, Sid Rockstar,
You're
Zingo,
listening to
Global
Day Trading
66,
Radio.
PR
Sign
Trader
up
Milo,
completely for free with
Canuck
no
Trader
credit
Jerry,
card. You
Conqueror,
can try out all of
CZ
our
Trade
services
Retro,
for 10
Cliff,
days at DTR.tv
Void Twit, Trader Bob V,
/free.
Frown, Sniper
Thanks for
Sam,
listening and have a great day.
Guru, Mercedes, Minnesota, Baker Boy, Void Twit, Michelob, Lemmy, Terry K, Morningstar, Bay Street Trader, G. Scott, NQ Addict. Thank you guys for posting in the room, and thank you for your lifetime memberships, and to all the trials and all the monthlies. Thank you guys also. Thanks, Sid. Decent turnout today. Market's a little weird. So we still have this sideways kind of triangle pennant kind of thing. Now, this lower line, and let me get rid of some of these. I like this line here. I'm going to leave it. Let me get rid of this mid one. Get rid of this one. Get rid of that one. But that trend line does go back a little bit. So I think it's legit, and we're trying to break it. Maybe I should adjust it so that it catches the wicks. Let's see. And then we'll extend it. See exactly where it is. Now I'm going to extend it. I think I've caught those wicks pretty well now. And I think we basically just touched it right to the tick. Look at that. So that trend line I think is legit. I'm going to get rid of the red box. The problem is it's sort of a... I mean, if you look at it just like this, you could say sideways pennant. It's the 15 minute. Here's your 5 minute. My son Bobby we built one for Johnny and shipped it to him a couple weeks ago for his birthday. Took up a collection into that one. He builds a computer probably once every couple of months or so. We took down the business site and stopped offering because we wound up doing we ran everything through my billing system and my PayPal, and we did it for a couple of years, and we did all our added up like if we were a business, like we did the books, and we lost $1,100 on 16 machines. So a lot of it had to do with supply chain issues during the whole COVID thing. That's still an issue. Yeah, thanks to the basements, too. You guys down in the basement. Somebody has to process the sewage. Hey, the very best traders are in the basement. The ones that are frugal and don't want to spend money on something they can get for free. I get it. I used to eat out of the back of I used to eat out of the dumpster at the Golden Corral. True story. I am not kidding you. I had a buddy of mine that worked at the Golden Corral. My dad used to call it the Golden Corral. Man, not so golden when you're done eating it. But anyway, and there was a certain time at night that they were throwing out food, like bins of steak and stuff that's cooked and juice. And my buddy, when he cleaned that stuff up, he would put it in big, gigantic Ziploc bags and put it in a trash bag and tie the trash bag in a knot and come out the back to put it in the dumpster. And I'd be sitting there in my car. Now, this was back when I was a teenager. So, I'm not saying you guys are eating out of the dumpster. You guys get the same show. It's just 30 seconds to a minute, maybe 2 minutes delayed. You have to listen to that synthetic woman try to shove a free membership down your neck.
You are listening to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free.
But some
with
of
no
our
credit
best
card.
members have
You
come
can
right
try
out of that,
all of our services for
out of
10
that
days at
basement.
DTR.TV /free. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
Oh, now come on now, guys. You know damn well you've stalked the 7-Elevens and stuff like that in your early days and waited for them to bring the stale sandwiches out and dump them. I had a guy that would do that for us too. Me and Dixie, man, we took us 8 years to decide to have a baby. We lived in a 200-year-old house with a dirt floor. And there was a 7-Eleven not far from here, and she knew the guy who was the manager for a couple of nights, and he would say, hey, look, watch for me at 9 o'clock. I'm throwing out all the handmade sandwiches and submarines and stuff and everything that are over 2 days old. He would put all the stuff in a doubled up trash bag and tell us exactly where it was in the dumpster and stuff. Well, I'd just drive up there, hop out, go get it. I'd eat for a week. You can freeze that stuff, man. And you come out of the closet. There's so much food that gets wasted now. Now, a lot of big cities and stuff now, I don't know how to get on this subject. A lot of big cities and stuff have like this, this system of trying to recycle that food so the food kitchens and stuff get it so it doesn't go to waste. But yeah, you can eat good, man. Hang out at the Golden Corral. Get you a buddy that works in there when they clean up all that buffet every night and stuff, and they throw away like gallons and gallons and gallons of good stuff, like green beans. That stuff ain't go bad after 2 days. It's been heated up. Hell, a lot of that stuff actually tastes better after it's stayed heated up for a while. You know what I'm saying? And Q Addict says that I said that some good members came out of the basement. I was making a joke. He came out of the closet, not the basement. Sniper Sam says, I'm showing my redneck roots. What am I not? Just listen to me talk. This should be called Hick Trading Radio. We don't trade Hicks. We get long and we get run over. I had 50 points in my trade and I didn't take it. Yeah, that would have been a good spot up there to take profits right up here. And I wasn't able to do it because it was 4 o'clock in the morning. And the way my platform works is it works off the S&P. But that's okay. We're going to bounce here, I think. Let's look at the 60-minute real quick. It does have that, like, come down to here area. You know what I mean? Look to it. I mean, you got to admit, we start breaking down here, this could accelerate down to here pretty quick. But on the 60-minute, we're completely oversold almost. And we have this great trend line right here. It would have been a better target for the short. And that's basically what I've been talking about this morning, that, I thought we would break down and come down to this level. I don't know if getting long here is a good idea, but the 5-minute has some nice coilage on the stochastics. Very organized. Find me another one. The last time we had something that was almost that organized was here on the stochastics. Market has a certain rhythm that's going on. And you look at a move. Doesn't mean it has to repeat, but look at the stochastics on the 5-minute. I'm betting that we're forming a bottom here. That's the reason why I added 2 contracts. Now, I added, and I'm already up. My average is probably, I got in here at the 26 area, and I could look and calculate it out and look at the S&P. But I would assume my average, I have 4 on, let me see.
You are listening to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free with no credit card. You can try out all of our services for 10 days at dtr.tv/free. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
Yeah. Yeah, so my average is right about 6 points lower than where we're at right now. So right about here on 4 contracts. So I added higher, you know what I mean? So why am I doing that? Well, I'm looking at this as a trend line and I'm betting that it'll hold. So I got in here, ran all the way up here, came all the way back down. If it holds that trend line, then you can add to your trade like that. I don't usually do that, but we'll see what happens. The VWAP would be my first target around 41.48. New York and New Jersey home prices reaching new minimum 1 million now. Home prices will explode. Move to New Jersey and New York before you can make money in 2 to 3 years selling. Avoid to it. That would require what? And why would I? People are leaving there in droves, which usually means that you should try to consider the opposite. I'm a contrarian, so I'm not saying that's a... But if I wanted to move to a foreign country, a communist one, I would go to Californistan. At least the weather's nice. Except for the fires. Fire weather is not nice. God, that's got to be terrifying. To be in a house and there's fires all around you. Yep, I can show you that. Jimmy. Bitcoin Daily. So, logical pullback would be the 25K area right here, this green line. But if you look at this little pattern that I've got us in here, we got a 100 EMA. We got this kind of a parallel setting up here, channel. And we got a slight bullish divergence on the daily. If you haven't gotten into Bitcoin yet, and if time repeats itself, look out. I mean, we're at about 75% of the programmed halving. The demand usually starts to kick in right about now. I still think we could get up to that parallel measurement I made. A lot of people have this drawn in like a falling wedge breakout, and I had that drawn in as well. Then I take a parallel off of this and I set it up here on the all-time high at 70K, and then you got the parallel measurement coming down like that. So I'd be close to about 30, 33 now, 32 and a half. I think that's going to be a resistance area. That's my next sell zone for sideways consolidation. It breaks through there, look out. I expect sometime this year us to be near the all-time highs. But we could get 35, 40% pullbacks on the way up. I'm not messing with any real estate anytime soon. I'm not saying there's not some opportunities already forming, but I think it hasn't unraveled yet. On commercial real estate, all these empty buildings and stuff. Scary.
You are listening to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free with no credit card. You can try out all of our services for 10 days at dtr.tv/free. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
I think I have the HPS site working now with the new data feed. So if you guys are going to analyze, if you're going to backwards engineer tick strike, I'm just asking because collective nature of everyone here, it's smarter than a fifth grader. If you were going to backwards engineer and try to emulate what that thing does, from what I understand, it analyzes order flow. Not actual, it's order flow. So is that the number of like orders that are going through, or is that the number of orders that actually get filled? Or is it just simply analyzing volume? How is that working? Oh, I'm using chat GPT all the time, Bay Street Trader. I've got whole projects that I started and finished completely using that thing. It's brilliant. It's absolutely worth $20 a month. But for anybody that's done programming out there, you'll know this if you've used it. It's better at some languages than others, and it will make some stupid assumptions on a lot of stuff, and it will take 50 iterations back and forth. Like you'll have to tell it, nope, getting an error. It'll tell you, oh, I'm so sorry, apologies. Then you get it where it's working, and then you text it back and you say, same error. It'll say, oh, I'm so sorry, try this. It's predictive text model is what it is. It's like it's been through all this before, and it's just going through the steps of giving you answers that it had some results in the past that were good. But anybody who thinks that you can just take that thing and have it write code for you and it works the first time, you're in for a deep disappointment. I mean, just to get the ticker thing working for the HPS site, I wrote it so it can interact with the API at Medvid Trader. And I just told it. I just started out. I said, hey, listen, I'm trying to get prices for an application on a website. And here's what I need to do. I need to create CSV files that get updated every minute and run a cron job. So I want an SH script that's going to log into a SQL server. It's going to get the ticker names. And then it's going to go and it's going to hit this API at Medvid Trader. And it's going to get prices from it for all these tickers. Then it's going to print those prices into individual CSV files that we're going to store and then upload to the other server so the application can read. And it says, okay, great. And then it starts to tell me how the Medvid Trader API works. And it says here, insert your API key here. It's not a REST API like a lot of these other systems are. Medvid Trader's API works entirely different. But it gave me like this definitive answer, like it knew exactly how to do it. It said, first go to Medvid Trader and apply for an API key. Well, it doesn't work that way. There is no API. There is no API key. It's an API that's designed to be interfaced directly with a local machine or the same machine that the Medvid Trader is running on. And there is no remote access to it. And there was no API key. There's no central server somewhere. It's run on your own computer. But it gave me an answer that you're almost like, oh wow, this will be easy. Let me start, But here's that thread. And I don't know, I spent 10 hours or so getting this to work.
You are listening to Day Trading Radio. Sign up completely for free with no credit card. You can try out all of our services for 10 days at dtr.tv/free. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
Anyway. All right, it's 11 o'clock, guys. We're going to have to go into mom mode. Apologies. We got to stick to our schedule. So I got to say goodbye to all my buds down there in the basement.